Hi everyone, I'm back. Welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, of course. And this will be our spiritual growth reading for the week of January 30th, so Sunday, through Saturday to February 5th, including that full moon, what am I saying? We just had the full moon. Man, that was a doozy, right? It's the new moon in Aquarius that we can be looking forward to on Monday night. So, yeah, okay. Let me drop the camera down and we'll see how it's going to go for us. Hold on. Okay, so I decided to use Jamie Sawyer's deck. If you like it, it's on Etsy. And I'm going to leave the cards upright just so you can see the artwork. And if I get the feeling that there's a way to, or reason to read it, read something reversed, I'm sure the intuition will come in. And I'm going to do 2 cards for each day. So we'll do all 7 days of the week. And yeah, that new moon in Aquarius, it's going to be at 12 degrees. It will be on the 31st, on Monday. And Pacific time, it doesn't happen until 9:46 p.m. So, adjust according to your location, your time zone. But it's going to be conjunct Saturn, and at 12 degrees, wherever 12 degrees Aquarius is in your chart, that would be the area, whatever house it lands in, that would be the area of your life that you could be the most effective at, at setting an intention, because new moons are all about setting new intentions. And sometimes you can manifest within the next, 2 weeks after at the full moon. I've had it happen before. Not long-term projects, but something small. Or if it's something you've been working on for a long time, it can definitely come through with the full moon. And this next full moon will be in Leo, so that could be very, very, very loving, very generous, very open. But with Aquarian energy and consciousness, we're of course in that realm of opening up to new things, friendships, groups. It's the sign of our thinking outside the box, most of all. It's ruled by Uranus and Saturn too, though. So Saturn, and because it's going to be conjunct Saturn, there's that possibility that we set the intention and then we have to test. Saturn brings in the test. Like, can we, is this something we really want sometimes? Or do we just want it because it seems like a cool thing? Or are we wanting something just out of our unhealthy pride? Like, what's really going on? Saturn will make us go inside and do that work. Oh, yeah. But the cool thing is that Venus, let me go ahead and draw the 14 cards. Venus is direct. Oops, got fuzz on me. Venus is direct, but it's not out of the retro shade yet. And that won't happen until March 5th. Oops, I've lost track already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Halfway through the week. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And I'm going to take the 2 off the bottom. Let's set them aside. Okay. So, but anyway, Mercury's going to go direct. I forget which day. It's all in my. If you guys are interested, if you're really into tarot. What am I saying? To astrology. If you're really into astrology, and you want to get a detailed weekly report as to what's happening and take advantage of all the opportunities that the planets are always, they're there for us that way. That's the divine cosmology of the universe. It's there to help us remember who we are and help us heal. So anyway, but if you want that, just join my membership. It's in, all you have to do is go, any of my videos will have the, I think, unless you're viewing a really old one, but any current video will have a link to join as a member. And you just have to do the family level. It's only $10 a month, and you get an hour every week, at least an hour every week of the astrological trends for the week, which is like me working for peanuts. But as a member, that's the deal. And if you're learning cards at all, if you're wanting to learn cards or learn astrology itself, hold on one second. I have all of those videos uploaded. There's only a few more that I want to do with the astrology. And I have all the Lenormand cards, if you want to learn the system of Lenormand. Hold on one second, I have to get some water. Oh, I can't wait till winter's over and I don't need this heater on anymore. The dry heat is just really driving me nuts. Anyway, so if you want to learn Lenormand, however you say it, however you want to say it, whether it's French or English. I don't speak German, so I don't know how to say it. It's probably Lenormand. Anyway, if you want to learn that, those lessons are completely in there. I mean, you can even learn how to do a grand tableau. You get the meanings, you get the cartomancy techniques, you get everything. And next I'll be working into Kippur, some more astrology and Kippur. And there's tons of tarot, how to learn the tarot in there as well. So anyway, okay, let's dive into our week here. So best we can do with the week, with the energies coming in. Well, goodness, we do have the Five of Cups up here. Now, the deal with the Five of Cups is that there could be a little sadness some of us are going through. And because it's hanging over the Page of Swords here, there's that possibility that this could have to do with a younger person in our life. Now, if this were me as a mom, which, mine are grown, but, and even my granddaughters are past that age. But I do have one grandson that I definitely worry about in school. These two cards could have to do with being very, very careful to protect them as they're out getting their education. That, because the Five of Cups it can be regret, it can be grief, it can be, feeling disappointment is one of the major keywords. Now, of course, if you've lost to someone, if they, no matter who they are, even a pet, oh my goodness, are you kidding? Our pets are like part of our family. I mean, they are family members, right? Absolutely. So, if there's loss, if there's grieving, these two cards are showing me that diving into the grief will bring you up to a new level of consciousness, even though it's hell going through it, right? No one wants to lose a loved one, and no one wants to feel regret or grief, but the more we dive into, this is a spiritual law, the more we dive into our feelings, and we go through them and feel the pain, meet the pain, no matter what the cause is, doesn't matter. The opportunity there is to, meet the pain whenever it comes. It's hard to be human. it's loving and beautiful too, but it's, life on earth is a dualistic experience where we are going to have pain and we are going to have pleasure. So whenever the pain comes, it's an opportunity to feel it because it helps to open up our psychic abilities. It helps to, it's there, and pain is there in our lives for a reason. So if we avoid the pain and we numb out, then we just freeze it off and we will have to meet it later. And, that can be where you've shoved it down for years and years, and then suddenly you're just feeling everything. And imagine in past lifetimes, we all know that we've been raised to suck it up, right? We've been raised to, especially if you're a boy, growing up, you're not allowed to cry, and little girls aren't allowed to get angry. All of that baloney needs to go, because that's the way to clear out the mind. That's the way to clear out the challenging in our reasoning abilities, challenges in our reasoning abilities. It can definitely be a part of numbing out the emotional body. So if pain comes, go for it. I promise you, you will be more alive. It will help clear out your soul body. Emotional body is the same thing. I don't see any difference between the two. And then on another level, if you're feeling lonely, if there's some loneliness coming up, because the Five of Cups can be that, then here with the Page of Swords, this is telling me to, if you're feeling lonely, and this goes with this new moon in Aquarius. If you're feeling lonely, because Aquarius is really good at making friends of all different types. If you're feeling lonely, get online and find a group that you can join in with. And of course, because we're still dealing with COVID and we're having to be careful. But the thing is, we can find people online. We can do Zoom meetings online. We can do Skype online. These things they're free, right? They're free. You can connect with your family members online. If you don't know how to do Zoom or Skype, maybe you know how to do FaceTime, and you just would have to talk them through, or whichever platform you want to use. You would just have to talk to them. Or maybe this is you reaching out to a loved one who has lost someone and helping them through it. Because, the cups are always about relationships and feelings, and the emotional body, healing the emotional body. So that's a possibility for Sunday, but it could be that's a flavor that's all week long, because this is, part of that new moon is to, reach out and not isolate yourself. Reach out and find new friends. Find some kindred spirits. Be willing to ask for, there's nothing wrong with saying, I am feeling lonely, right? Like, I need contact. Everyone, because we're human beings, we are all interdependent upon each other. But we do have to initiate, with the Wheel of Fortune here, we have to be the one that puts our free will out into the universe to turn that wheel of good fortune to get it going. So we're all interdependent on each other as human beings, and there's a connection, the need for connection. That's a real need in all human beings. All human beings. There's also sometimes a real need for space and being, alone as well. On another level, if that's what's going on, if there is some loneliness, it can be an opportunity to feel the pain of your loneliness and then come through in a new direction. And I do read directionally, and this sword of truth is pointing up to the Wheel of Fortune, right? So initiate your free will And with the Wheel of Fortune, we're also in that realm of creating happiness in our lives, right? Okay, and then we have the Seven of Cups. Now with the Seven of Cups, this is knowing that you have lots of choices, lots of options, and to decide what it is that you want. Maybe to get underneath that veil and figure out spiritually what's really going on inside of you. Like, what is your spirit calling you to move towards? And then there's also looking at things from a different angle, where, oh wait, is it just all about money, or will this lead to betrayal, or is it a power issue? Maybe I want a new home, right? Or maybe I'm thinking of like castles in the sky. This card, it's not reversed, so I'm not going to say that it has to do with a lack of good opportunity. But whichever way you're looking, just know that you have options. You can turn your wheel of so-called fate and destiny by making those, exercising your free will and making those choices. But with the seven of cups down here, it's important to actually move towards it, move towards what you want, decide what you want, and not to just go into like fantasy land and daydream about it, but to make a decision, because these are all opportunities, these are choices, and you have many options. You have more than 7 options, of course. It's just that when the Rider-Waite deck was created, A.E. Waite, the dude that created the deck, they kind of went with the old ways of looking at things through like or it could be the current way. I have no judgment either way, but this card was originally created around the 7 sins, so we've got power, money, greed, envy, jealousy, and fame, and having the castle, and then maybe we look for the woman, lust, right? The 7, it could be the 7 cardinal sins. So, yeah, there's but then again, I don't see gluttony on here. Maybe it's hiding underneath that. Hiding under there, I don't know. But okay, let's move on. Important message here is just to know that you do have options. I don't see this as a delusion type of a card, unless you're going to hang out in fantasy land and not make any choices in your life. But with the Wheel of Fortune, I don't get that. I feel like there are going to be choices, initiating your free will, using your free will, and then knowing how many options you have. You really do have options. Now, sometimes this card comes through when it's an emotional test, and I do want to bring that in because of the the 5 of Cups there. That's an important point, that we do have 2 cups close together here. And so if it's an emotional test, it would be, to me, when I try to make a decision, is always the test of, why do I want what I want? And is it what I really want? Right? This can be sometimes a little bit of an overactive imagination. It can sometimes be being deceived, but with the 10 of, not with the 10, the Wheel of Fortune up here, I feel like it really is more about knowing that you do have options, and that you need to tune in more into your visions, your creative visualization is the words I was trying to think of. And and just go for what you want, but be clear on why you want what you do want. And not judge yourself for it, but to get really clear on that, because it makes a big decision. or makes a big difference when you're making those decisions is, because if you discover that it's really just about fame, then there's that opportunity to allow yourself to be famous to yourself, right? If you have yourself and you know yourself, you don't really need other people to, to put you up on a pedestal or anything like that. And if you truly love yourself, you don't really need another person to love you back. But if you do love yourself, you definitely are going to be loving others, and they will naturally love you back, right? That's just the way life works. But yeah, so the fame and loving others, who needs to live in a castle? Who needs a huge house? I mean, if you have 10 kids, you might need a 10,000 square foot house, or 5,000, well, yeah, if you have 10 kids and they each have their own bedroom, you need a big house. Or if you're a foster parent and you need a big house. But other than that, do we really need big houses? Nah. And power over anyone else? No. Control over anyone else? Absolutely not. Jealousy and envy just come from feeling insecure. So then we look at what we need to work on with this card. And that turns our wheel of destiny, our wheel of fate. Then, moving forward with the Hanged Man, if we can do this spiritually, do the spiritual work, we see life in a whole different way. And that's one of the most beautiful things about the Hanged Man is that we let go. We let go of the things that don't matter anymore. We let go of any unhealthy aspects of our ego, and we are, then we have a healthy developed ego where we just see life from a completely different perspective. So if we can surrender all of this other, stuff that doesn't really, well, never completely surrender, let go of when pain comes through, grief comes through, definitely feel it. But if we can surrender all of this baloney down here and get in touch with who we truly are, life is a completely different experience. Completely different experience. There's no more drama. There's no more creating these alternate realities where it's all about things outside of you. It brings everything inside, and then you truly do master your own life that way. And so that's especially true here with, what do we have here? Oh yeah, this has got to be the Nine of Pentacles. So there's the focus. Yes, see, going within and seeing life from a completely new reality does bring that focus back into yourself and into all the things that you have in your life to be grateful for. And it especially connects you to nature, Mother Nature, in a whole new way. And then you feel your inner wealth. You feel your inner luxury. And that is true success. That is real success when you have that on the inner levels. And then it can be experienced on the outer levels as well, too. But again, we don't need all that unless you do need that really big house to take care of all those kids. Okay, so next up here we have the Two of Cups. Now this is a card of healing. You can see the caduceus here on one of the cups. It's a card of love and healing and people coming together from the heart. Sometimes this is two people being attracted to each other. Sometimes it's a marriage proposal even. But it's definitely a card of happiness. And then we have, I guess this is the Ten of Wands. Let's see, three. I have to count here. I wish she would have. That's the only thing about this deck is she didn't put which card. So this looks like the Ten of Wands to me because it's not a wall and he is carrying them, but he's carrying them differently than in the traditional Rider-Waite. So bear with me while I count. It looks like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, just to double check. Okay. So Ten of Wands is you're done. Whatever it is, you're done. So this could be meeting someone new, brings your heart together, brings your hearts together, and then you're done with that burden and you can put it down because maybe there was a lot of work that had to occur. Now, other times, this is just the card of hard work. Yes, relationships and love, choosing love every day, and who knows, like how many hundreds times in one day, hundreds of times maybe in one day that you have to keep choosing love. That is work. But that's our work. That is our work, is to keep choosing love, seeing life from that new perspective, and just continue to choose love. That's one of the things I like most about my dear friend Debbie over at Freebird Spirit, is she says, always lead with love. And she's right. No matter what it is, find the love. Now, sometimes love says no. Sometimes love says I need to delegate. Sometimes this can be finding that partnership that you love being in, but then you can share the workload, because this Ten of Wands, it can be work stress, but I feel it's more of like maybe a little bit of a relationship stress or test, but it could be a singular test, for any one of us that needs to set some things down and ask for help, because this can be an overwhelm of responsibilities. But I did choose this deck over the others, and this is different than in the traditional Rider-Waite, where the guy is, he's looking down, and you can tell he can't really even see his own feet, and he definitely can't see where he's going. This guy can see, this person can see straight ahead. It's just that there's a lot, and maybe there's a better way to carry these, right? So maybe there's a better way to carry our workload. But we're so close. The Ten of Wands is like we're actually there, but it can be a card of oppression. There's that possibility where it's a little too much. So I'll leave you to decide what that means for you, right? Yeah. Okay, so then up here we have the Two of Swords. This is all about getting out of denial, releasing your heart. The way to deal with the Two of Swords is to always decide to feel your way through it and not make your decisions just from your head. When you're trying to make a decision, it's really important to face your fears. Sometimes we're at a crossroads, and maybe there's some fear of feeling, and maybe we really just need to meditate, and especially, this going on together, all of these cards together here. This might be us questioning at any time in our lives, why am I choosing what I'm choosing? What am I afraid to feel? It could also be that inner question of, am I denying something that could bring me happiness? Because this can be a card of denial. And so if that's the case, this is the ultimate card of meditation, to relax, to, it's a card of introspection is one of the key words with this card. I just feel it as meditation, reflection, inner reflection, and definitely that downtime to get you horizontal, right? Sometimes one of my favorite positions, when you're tired, it's like, oh, I just gotta lay down for a while. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Pentacles. In this deck, all the knights are wearing helmets, of course, because that's what knights do. And then, so the Knight of Pentacles doesn't move quickly, but it's that slow, one step at a time, every step of the way, you keep going and you don't give up. I love this card. It's a card of hard work. Now, this could be a job offer for some of you, because the knights, no matter, how fast they move, they all move, right? Pentacles moves more slowly. But the Pentacles are those material things in our lives that bring us money and sustainability and stability, resourcefulness, all of that. So that's actually really great. And then with the Page of Cups here, We have, again, this could be a really good message by the end of the week, or maybe it happens early. But this is someone very helpful. It could be a person that's helpful that comes in and says, I need help, and I'm offering you a job. Or it can be the other way around, right? It could be that you're wanting to move forward and you're realizing you need support, and there's this young, very creative person who really wants to help. I love that. And then that's reiterated further up here with the Page of Pentacles, because this one wants to help and is very creative. This one knows how to do it, and whatever he doesn't know or she doesn't know, we'll study to get there. We'll study to get there. And then we have the Death card, which is really, to me, the Death Rebirth card. And this is a card of big change. So for some people, this could be big changes within what you want to study and what you want to go towards. This could be a new work position that could be a little challenging to get started, but it brings in a big change, and then there's a rebirth. There's a rebirth at the end there. I love that. Let's see what was on the bottom. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we have the... Oh, my goodness. Wow. We actually have the King of Pentacles and then the Judgment card. So... wow. So the Judgment card, I think it was like this. Well, I don't know if it matters what order, but with the Judgment card, that has to do with following your inner calling, like following your call, honoring your call. It's a major card of transformation. It has, clarity. It's one of the key words as well, like that clarity to like, oh, now I know which way I want to go. So it could be that there's a big change. Could be that there's this job offer and all of this support. I mean, look at all these court cards here, because the court cards can be people, right? And we have the Page of Swords over here. So we have do we have all the pages? We have the Page of, oh, I don't have the Page of Wands. That's the only thing that's missing. But we do have Wands here. And we do have a lot of Pentacles this week. We have pretty much a pretty good balance, actually. We have Cups, Wands. Do we? Wait. Yeah, that's a lot of Wands with the 10 of Wands. But that is our only Wands suit. Yeah. But this is a whole lot of energy here. And then to have the King of Pentacles. This guy knows how to put things together, knows how to provide, is really good at setting goals and getting to the top. So this is all about getting where you want to go, and especially following your call. So if you follow your call, these cards are telling me that you have everything you need already inside of you, and it's just a matter of just honoring your call. Just go for it. Just go for it. Be willing to be vulnerable. It'll pull you up out of the ashes. And it will also, this card is ruled by Pluto, by the way. It will also bring through your past life gifts if you honor that call. Because you already have it within you. It's just a matter of saying, I will do it. I will go for it. I will do it. And yeah, it's going to bring in some big changes that might be kind of scary, but hey, it's why you're here. This is why we're here on Earth, is to honor our call, follow it, and see how it goes. Be willing to not know. Be willing to even be in limbo about it for a while, but really focus on what it is that you want to bring in. So, I think that's it there. Let's just do a few oracle cards. Whoops. For fun, right? Why not? Let me see which deck. Yeah, well, let's go ahead and use this one again. This is the Earthcraft guidebook. or Earthcraft deck. The guidebook is. I always put the boxes in the closet. Well, except for the ones I have up here on my shelf, but I usually don't leave all the boxes out because they take up so much space. Well, and not all decks come in a really nice box. That's the thing. Some of them don't have like the magnetic opening that you can just pop them out. And this deck did not. It was very reasonably priced though, but it had one of those boxes you have to lift the lid off and, you know. Anyway. That's that. Oh, I just heard 5 cards. Alrighty then. Okay, 5 cards. 5 cards from the Earthcraft. What is it? What else do we need to know for this week? Okay, right there. Oh, what is this one? Okay. All right. I'll hold them up for you so you can see the... Okay, good enough. So our theme here in the middle is balance. Isn't the artwork beautiful? Balance is always the key. It's the key to everything. And look at this, man. We have transform with Raven. Okay, so there's our judgment card. There's our transformation card. And ravens are all about going deep and focusing. So there's our 9 of Pentacles. And then Spirit Weaver. Look at that. Wow. You know what? It's a little busy with all of this up here. I'm noticing as far as focusing in. There we go. Gorgeous. So, this tells me that you can spiritualize the matter in your body with every breath and then exhale what you want. Just take a big, deep breath. Man, is it still Mercury retrograde or what? Take a big, deep breath, breathing in what you want, and exhale it down through your body, and it's there. It's already there in the spirit world. We're just weaving it into, bringing it into our physical world. Yeah. Okay, and then forest tears. Okay, this has to do with helping to heal the earth, I believe. Hold on, let me look in the little book. I think that's what this is. I haven't cracked open this book yet. Forest bathing. Here we have forest tears. Even trees cry when they're hurt, and you, sacred one, must allow yourself to mourn what you have lost. Oh, this goes with that 5 of Cups. Yeah. So this card, when it comes up in a reading, is a reminder that although we all grieve and heal in different ways, we must grieve before that healing process can truly begin. Yes. So if there's any little thing that we still need to mourn, that can be any little thing. Because there's no judgment about pain, you know. And sometimes, I mean, 'cause you guys are all empathic, I'm sure. Now, you could be picking up on your lineage, on your ancestors that went through great pain to help us all get to where we are, you know, especially to help your ancestors went through pain to not only your like grandparents, but your parents, and maybe you were blessed enough to have great grandparents with you. I don't know. When you were growing up, they all had it much harder than we have it now. So that could be something to take heart, and then also to call on them to help you. if you need spiritual support that way. But look at that. That's really beautiful. Now, that's one of the things that I love about this card is that the heart in the middle reminds us that the heart space is that eternal, there's no time-space continuum in the realm of love. So that means that you can go into your heart, set the intention, and ask to find your ancestors, your lineage that wants to come through and help you, or maybe you want to say thank you to them. But whatever that communication you want to open up with them, you do it through the heart. And that's the bridge to all these other, to all these other souls and to all these other spirits who never cease to exist. We don't die. We just change form. And man, that's definitely here. I can see that. That's beautiful. Wow. So, okay. Well, that's it. If you guys have anything to add that I may have missed, feel free to drop it in the comments. Okay? All right. Take care, you guys. Bye.